Alrighty, so to quickly show what it comes with, this is the main way I charge it. So this guy plugs right into here. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Laura, and if you're new here, I am building out a 2013 Nissan NV 2500 into a conversion van. So today I want to talk about what I've been doing for my electrical system. And when I started researching the electrical system, it was incredibly stressful for me. I did not understand at all how an inverter works, or batteries, or solar panels, or what a lithium battery is. And as much research as I did, I really never felt like I could truly grasp what I needed to do in order to properly set my van up so I had enough power. Now, what I've gathered is there's two main options. There's a complicated option, which ultimately is the better option, and then there's a simple option, which can get you by in the short term, but if you're doing this full time, you probably aren't going to want to do this forever. And so for me, I chose to do the simple option, which is to get a power box. I know a lot of YouTubers out there are sponsored by power boxes, or they're gifted them, or they're paid to talk about them. And I want to share right off the bat that that's not the case for me. I'm just sharing what's worked for me and what hasn't. Now, the first power box that I have experience with was the 4Patriots power box. On YouTube, this one is a little less heard of, but if you watch Fox News, you've likely seen a commercial for it. My mom saw a commercial for this power box, and she purchased it as a backup emergency generator because it came with solar panels. Now, she purchased the Bad Daddy, the biggest one available, the most expensive option that came with all the things, and she spent way too much money on it. Now, when I told her I wanted to do the conversion van, she was like, well, wait a second, I have this generator that you might be able to use. And my main takeaway from this power box is that it was extremely overpriced for what it was. So much so that I actually looked into it and was able to return this for my mom. The main reasons why I decided to return this for my mom is because I did further research and I found other options that were better and cheaper. The 4Patriots power box would stay on when you use it. And when I say that, I mean, in the middle of the night, if I had something plugged into it, let's say I was charging my phone, in the middle of the night, this thing would kick on and make a noise. It was like a fan would kick on, and it would wake me up throughout the night. The second reason I decided to return it was because the solar panels that she got with it were not meant to be permanent panels. They're only meant to be used as needed. So that being said, they're not even waterproof, let alone hail resistant or anything like that. Now, the other power boxes that come with solar panels do come with very similar solar panels that aren't meant to be outside permanently, but I decided to not purchase those. So I got the 4Patriots power box returned from my mom, and then I looked into other options for power boxes because I did think that this was a good, simple solution to having power in the van. And the power box that I decided to go with was a Bluetti. I know that Jackery is another common one, but I just liked what I read about this one and thought it was a good option. Now, full disclosure, I still really don't know a whole lot about the electrical system. It's really like a foreign language to me. So I'm going to do my best to just explain what I use this power box for and what it comes with and what I understand about it. And you can do your own research and see what else you're looking for or what it comes with that would be useful for you. So this is the power box that I got, and I have been really happy with it so far. I've been out adventuring. My boyfriend is currently hiking the Appalachian Trail, and I've been kind of following him around, meeting up with him. I am very glad that I got this one and not a smaller one. So this is the Bluetti AC200L. It's got 2,400 watts at 2,048 watt hours. It's got two USB-C outputs, two USB-A outputs. It's got DC outputs and AC outputs. As far as charging it goes, one of the things that I really liked about this was that I could still charge it with the solar panels, which would likely be this one, where the 12V is. I can get battery expansions for it. And the main way that I charge it is the AC input. But I could charge it with the van if I wanted to. I could plug this into the cigarette lighter and charge it up with the van, although I haven't had to yet. Now I'm gonna briefly show what this has on the back, and you can pause this here if you wanna read what this comes with. So here it is. I just charged it up this morning, so it's at 100%. It takes about an hour to charge. If it's fully down to zero, maybe a little bit over an hour, but ultimately it's really not that bad. I typically charge this at either a rest area or a McDonald's in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee, and by the time I'm done having my breakfast or whatever, it's done and ready to go. Depending on what you use it for, this thing can last you a number of days. I actually use it quite a bit. I run lights, I run fans, and I run a toaster oven coffee pot thing, which actually uses quite a bit of power, but I have to say that it is fabulous to have this in the van. I can use this as an oven, and I do often. I've got a hot plate, and I've got a coffee pot, which I make coffee with, tea with, or even like noodles and soup, anything that you need boiling water for. And this thing does use quite a bit of power. If I make a full meal with it, it uses about 25%. If you're just making coffee, it's probably about 5% that it'll use. Maybe not even 5%. That's typically with 2 cups of coffee. If you're only making 1 cup of coffee, it'll probably go down 2 or 3%. Alrighty, so to quickly show what it comes with, this is the main way I charge it. So this guy plugs right into here, and then I plug it right into the wall. Now you do have to carry this thing into McDonald's or wherever when you do charge it that way, and it is pretty heavy, but I can carry it. I brought it out here, lifted it up on this table. Normally, if my boyfriend's with me, he does it for me, but it is doable and it's really not that big of a deal. I actually have not charged it with the cigarette lighter yet because I really didn't want to drain the battery. I didn't want to put any stress on the alternator of the car if I didn't need to. Now, if I get to a point where I don't have access to a wall outlet, then I will likely try to charge it with the van. And I do plan on getting some solar panels, and this is going to be the main way I'm going to charge it. Okay, so to briefly show you how it works here, you turn it on, and then here you'll turn on whatever you want to use. So if you are using your 12 volt or DC, then you'll turn that on, or if you're using your USB, you'll turn that on, or if you're using your AC, you'll use that on. You can have all of them on. It will shut off if you have it on and nothing is being used from it. It will eventually just turn off, but if something is being used from it, it won't shut off. So this power box was, I think, around $2,000. I think there's sometimes a deal for like $1,500. There are definitely other cheaper options, but I am really glad I went with this option because it will last me a long time. As I'm following my boyfriend on the Appalachian Trail, there are times where we don't really have access to an outlet. Soon enough, I will get the solar panels installed. Right now, I'm kind of out adventuring, so I haven't really been home and had the opportunity to do a whole lot more to the van. We do plan on doing some stuff while we're out on the road. I believe the next thing that we're going to do is seal the wood in the van because I've realized with the humidity and the amount of times I spill stuff that the wood needs to be sealed and protected from moisture. So we're going to do that, and then we're also going to actually finish the floor while we're out here. So that will likely be my next video. You guys can stay tuned for. I know this was a little bit different than my typical videos as I'm not building anything, but I did want to share with you guys what I've been using for my electrical and what worked for me and what hasn't. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.